Hey everybody, how are ya?
Guys.
I always have this too far away.
All right,
I'm gonna
we'll
move
make
it closer. Get a little closer. Hey, we're excited to chat with everybody today. Wanted to share some thoughts about Ruvi and about the business, where we are right now with it.
Yeah, we're super excited about the opportunity with Ruvi. And 10 years ago, I started out with essentially a product that I didn't know very well, but I did know a lot about the guys. So Jason Norton, Jason Budge, and Steve Palmer. And we can add to that now Amber Benson and Eric Morgan. But
the whole corporate team.
And the whole corporate team that helps us, right?
Yep.
But I always believed in them, and I always believed in their vision, and they've never let me down. And I continue to believe in anything that we launch, I get so excited about. And so, but again, I believe in them first, product second. But with this new Ruvi launch, we've been literally praying for a product like this that actually, if you think about it, helps everybody. I mean, back in the day, food storage, yeah, it kind of helped a niche market here and there. And then we kind of pivoted to healthy eating, and that helped more people. But they have absolutely nailed Ruvi as a consumable product that anybody can have the experience with Ruvi, and it will change their life. And I love that.
Why don't we just tell them a little about, we've been on Ruvi probably a little bit longer than a lot of you. Some of you are probably just receiving your shipments now if you ordered. We were fortunate enough to get some in Canada and order right off the bat, and got another order the next week, but we've had to ration ours out, and
Jeff
few days
had to stop doing 2 a days and go to 1 a day.
I had to go to 1 a day. There have been days when I had to make up my own blend out of my cans because we didn't have any Ruvi. But basically, we've been on it for 2.5 weeks now. So why don't you tell them what you've seen?
So, I was challenged to get 7,500 steps in a day, and so start exercising and start drinking my Ruvi. Now, for me, it has been like energy is way up. I wake up in the morning, I can't wait to go running, and my energy just seems to elevate now. I drink the purple because of brain, and I need help with focus and attention to my work. Okay. And so that has really changed because I try to drink the purple as much as possible because it feeds my brain exactly what it needs. And so I've seen elevated energy and brain focus.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm just rotating through all of them, and I've seen a lot of benefits. I would say about 3 or 4 days in. Well, let me back up a sec. For the last couple of months, Lisa's been walking and running, more walking, right, with a girl in our neighborhood that she's been trying to help get into shape. And she's been doing that, and she's been asking me for a couple of months, do you want to go? Do you want to go? And I'm like, nah, I'm lower energy. I'm like, like Jeb Bush. I just low energy. I don't feel like going out and walking or running. I'll just sit here at my computer. And honestly, 3 days into Ruvi, I was like, okay, when are you guys going? I'm going to go with you. And I have so much more energy. I don't have that afternoon letdown where I want to put my head down on the desk and go to sleep. I wake up earlier and ready to go. I am going to sleep more easily. Yeah. It helps me make better choices throughout the day. I take a Ruvi. I probably take it about 10 in the morning. And just because I've had something healthy and I feel real energetic, I don't feel like eating crap the rest of the day. So I've cut out those evening snacks that I used to do. And there's been a couple days. We went on a trip with our family for a few days, and I had a little bit over a weekend. And then last Sunday, we had family over, and I had a couple of muffins. But other than that, I have had no really refined sugars, no carbs.
It kind of takes that sweet tooth that if you guys have a sweet tooth like me and Jeff, it kind of takes it away. I haven't been into the Halloween candy like I usually am. Like, I got to get my bags of candy, but not this year.
So I started about 3 days in, started walking, and now I'm up to walking about 3 miles a day at a really fast pace. Today it was really cold, so we went indoors and went on treadmills, but on an incline, I went about 2.5 miles. And so anyway, I'm really feel like I'm active and energetic, which I haven't been for a while. And I've lost about 7 pounds since I started Ruby in about 2.5 weeks. So about average of about half a pound a day. How about you?
And I've lost about 10.
10 since you started
Not
Ruby?
since Ruby. I was starting to lose weight. So 10 total for my whole
like
journey.
5
so
since
it's
you
been,
started Ruby.
Yeah, probably 5.
Yeah. So anyway, it works, and I really encourage you to become your own testimonial. Use it, see what benefits you get from it. I know you'll get several. And,
take your before and after pictures.
Take before
That's
and after
really
pictures.
important because every single one of you have a story to share.
Yep.
And so anyway,
now we wanted to kind of pivot to talking about actually the business, because we know the last few weeks haven't been easy, and it in a lot of ways has really sucked, right? And it's been tough for all of us. We've had to deal with customers who are upset. We've had to deal with new consultants who have joined and wanted to quit because they didn't get their starter kits for 2 weeks. We had a consultant, in one part of the country who got a shipment for somebody in a different part of the country. And it's like, how does that happen? We've had customers who were excited about Ruby and wanted to order and are just now finally getting their shipments. So we know for anybody that has dealt with this, it's been frustrating. And we understand that. What Lisa talked about at the beginning about trusting the exec team, we do 100%. We know, we live close by, we drive by, we go down to the offices, and we know they are working night and day, pulling every favor they have with every vendor and every supplier to make this happen. And that's what it takes when in this kind of a situation. And so we are more positive than ever about all this. Wanted to share with you a couple of thoughts. One is, if you know me, you know I'm a big Apple guy. I buy as soon as whatever Apple product comes out, I'm the first guy to buy it. I'm the guy waiting up at midnight on the first day that the new iPhone is available to order. I've had every new iPhone since the iPhone 3. I've upgraded every single year since then. And I just love it. I have the watch, I have the computer, I have the iPad, I have it all. I have the Apple TV. If they make it, I buy it. Well, Apple is the most valuable company in the world. I bought stock in Apple, maybe 5 years ago, for about $60 a share, and today it was $230 a share. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot, but I have a little. But the company has just gone like this. They have the largest cash reserve, over $200 billion in cash on hand. I mean, they're just an amazing company. Whether you like their products or not, they are an amazing company. They're an amazing success story. Every time they come out with an Apple Watch, the reason I'm there ordering at midnight is because if I wait till the next morning to order, I'm not going to get my iPhone on the launch day. I'm not going to get it until 3, 4, 5 weeks later. Now, this year, I was on a new phone service, and I went to order the new iPhone when it was first available, and I couldn't order it because of the cellular carrier that I'm on had some kind of a block on it, and I couldn't order. And I was so upset that I couldn't order it. I was actually up in Canada the day that I was trying to order it, and I couldn't, sitting in our meetings on my phone trying to order. And so it took me about 2 weeks before I could finally get things worked out with my carrier so that I could order the new iPhone. By the time I went to order, it was a 4-week lead time to get my phone. That happens every single time they come out with a new phone, a new watch, whatever they come out with. There is so much demand that their initial launch is sold out in a few hours, and then you've got to wait if you didn't get in on it right at the beginning. Another company, Lisa was mentioning, when I was telling her this, she says, Tesla's the same way. I heard that when Tesla first launched their latest car, within a few hours, the wait went to like a year. And, why does that happen? Why doesn't Apple just make more phones? If they know they're going to sell it, they do it every year. They sell out of them every year. Why don't they just make more phones?
Because it creates a demand.
That's one thing. It creates a demand and a frenzy. It creates loyal customers like me who get up at midnight or stay up till midnight. It's actually 1 o'clock because it's midnight Pacific time. So get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to order my phones because I know that's what I got to do to get in on it right at the start. Now, there are some people who are fine to wait. Lisa's fine to wait. She waits about 3 years until she buys a new phone. But for some people like me, we're early adopters and we want to get in on it right at the beginning. Another reason, so one is it creates this huge demand, this supply-demand thing that creates this excitement and this frenzy. Number two is it wouldn't be smart business to just make a ton hoping you're going to sell through all of them. Forecasting is very difficult. That's where my background was before I left corporate America and started doing Thrive full-time, was in supply chain management and forecasting. And we always said in the industry, there's two kinds of forecasts. You know what they are?
Almost.
Lucky and wrong.
And wrong.
Those are the only two kinds of forecasts, lucky and wrong. And so it's not good business to just make an oversupply of something and hope you sell through it, especially with something that's time sensitive like Ruby. You know. So anyway, I know that our corporate team did the best they could at forecasting with the information they had available to them. They missed the forecast, obviously, but they're doing everything they can to make it right. So that's kind of where they are.
So October 21st is our second round of Ruby. So anybody that is asking me right now, I'm like, get in line for your pre-order. Get in line because it's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
And so it is creating this frenzy like, okay, I'm going to get in line. I'm going to get on that delivery, and then it's going to be shipped to me, and I'm in the queue. So
we're telling people, don't wait around till the 21st to order. Order
no.
today so you're in the queue.
Yeah. So
not the queue, not the old queue.
Not the old queue, but just, you know what I mean.
You're in line. You got your order in. It's kind of like with the Apple phones. The longer you wait, the longer it's going to take. Even if you didn't make it on the launch day, order it now because then you'll have it in 3 weeks. If you wait 3 weeks and order it, it might be 6 weeks before you get it. So anyway, so we just wanted to wrap up. I'm in this Tony Robbins coaching program directly with Tony Robbins' organization and working with one of his coaches. And I had my first session yesterday. For about an hour and a half with their coach. And the things that the coach shared with me just hit me. I had to share them all with Lisa because it was exactly what we're dealing with right now. So the first thing I titled this post that Tony Robbins says is, where focus goes, energy flows. Where energy goes, what we focus on grows. So taking it to what we're dealing with right now, if we focus on all the negatives, and believe me, it's easy to do. It's easy to talk to your team and be frustrated with corporate and all these things. And we get it. We're frustrated too. But if that's where your focus goes, that's where your energy is going to flow, right?
Absolutely.
And then what Tony says is wherever your energy goes, that's what's going to grow. So if your energy is going towards complaining and being negative, that's where
grow.
I guess your business isn't going to grow. That's going to grow. But if you focus on the positive, focus on telling people, hey, this is an exciting time. We got a product that we can't even keep in stock. We're blowing through our inventory. The next second wave of the launch is coming. Get in on it. If your energy is going there, what's going to happen?
It's going to explode.
It's going to explode.
Your business is going to explode.
We really believe that we're on the edge of hyper growth in the company, like we saw in the early days. So we're excited to share that with people. Now, the second thing my coach from Tony Robbins said is there are 3 mandates of a leader. 3 things that leaders must do. That's kind of their duty and responsibility. Number 1 is see it as it is, not worse than it is. So what do you think about that? That is exactly what we're in right now, right? It's easy to see the negative. It's easy to say, this stinks. You know, I'm not going to tell anybody about it until they get their act together down at corporate. But see it as it is. Yeah, it stinks. Yeah, it's difficult.
And know that those execs are working around the clock.
But don't make it worse than it is.
Yeah.
Don't say, just take it for what it is and accept it. This is what we're dealing with. But then number 2 is see it better than it is. So turn it around and try to make a positive. Try and make lemonade out of lemons, right?
Right.
And number 3 is make it the way you see it. So if you can see it as a positive, make it that way in your business. Tell people this is exciting. Tell people, hey, the best way to get into this now is to be a consultant because people are going to want this. Once you start using it and have your own story about it, people are going to want it. The next thing my coach talked about was making a breakthrough. And Tony Robbins defines a breakthrough as when something happens that you didn't think was possible. Now, the last 2, 3, 4 years for us, and I know for a lot of other consultants, has been tough. It hasn't gone like this, like it did. We kind of went through this, kind of plateaued, kind of took a dip for a while. But before, what Tony says is before you make a breakthrough, you bump your head. You're bumping against some kind of resistance, and you bump and you bump and you bump. And when you finally break through, what happens?
Momentum.
You go to the next level. And then you're going to hit another bump. You're going to hit more resistance. And then you break through that and you go to the next level. Well, I really believe that have been bumping against this resistance. We had some great products. We come out with Simple Plate, the To-Go's, Snackies. These are all great products, but they were all just kind of bumping up against that resistance. And now Ruvi, we truly believe, is something that can break through that resistance and go to the next level. So
Ruvi can be the gateway drug to everything in the store, right? The Simple Plates, the To-Go's, everything. Yeah. And so when we're selling Ruvi, we're introducing our audience to a clean, simpler way of eating too. So, and Ruvi just is 20 seconds, you have your nutrition. I love that.
Yep. Final thing I want to say from my Tony Robbins coaching session is my coach said, success, and this is what Tony says, success in anything is 80% mindset and 20% mechanics. So the mechanics, our mechanics aren't working perfectly right now, right? Our shipping isn't working perfect. We don't have the Ruvi in stock. But that's 20% of it. The mindset is the 80%. And if you can shift your mindset or just keep your mindset, maybe you're not, down. Maybe you're excited about this like we are. Just keep it in that. Share that with your team. If you get your mindset right, that's 80% of the way to achieving that success and that breakthrough that we're all looking for. And we really believe we are on the way. And this Saturday, what are we doing?
This Saturday is our mini reveal at American Fork, Utah. We're super excited. We know we have some people that have flown in from Canada.
Tracy, I just saw Tracy on here. She's going to be there.
And we have Abbott's coming from Washington. So we have a whole bunch of people that will be with us, and we're so excited to see you all and just really rock the house with a lot of people and a lot of customers that are super interested at this time. And I really think, guys, I challenge you to get the 80% mindset, because you really can't do anything about the mechanics right now. They are what they are. So let the executives worry about the mechanics and get the mindset right, because this can be your golden egg, so to speak. Like let's just get on the Ruvi train and promote it to everybody that we know.
The Ruvilution. On Saturday, what I was just thinking as Lisa was talking is, if you live anywhere in the area, I know Carissa is on here. She said she's coming up from St. George. We have people come from Logan. We have people coming from Idaho, Washington, Canada. If you're anywhere, we purposely have done this in the afternoon so that if you need to drive 2, 3, 4 hours, you can get there. It'll be over around 5 and you can drive back home if you need to. So it'll be worth the trip. What we encourage you, if you're within that area, load up some people in the car, team members, potential customers, anybody that wants to learn about something that can make them more healthy. Bring them to this. If you don't live in the area, most of you know people that live around here in Utah, right? If you know people, reach out to them and just say, hey, it would really mean a lot to you, or mean a lot to me if you would go to this and tell me what you think. That's all you got to do. No pressure. Just say, hey, will you mind going to this for me or with me? And just let me know what you think about this new product. I'm really excited about it, but I want to get some feedback from other people. So please do that. Please come. Please send people. And please RSVP so we know how many people to count on. All right?
We love you guys, and we hope to see you all very, very soon.
All right. Have
Take
a great
care.
one. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.